Qantas is once again delaying its Project Sunrise program launch after the flag carrier revealed fresh updates. According to latest internal forecasting, Qantas expects to see production begin for its first A350-1000 ULR destined for Project Sunrise in September of this year. This will represent the first of 12 A350-1000 ULRs that have been ordered specifically for the Project Sunrise initiative, and they should not be mistaken for the A350-1000 regular versions that have been ordered to replace the A380s from the early 2030s. This is a separate venture I'm talking about today. If all therefore production goes according to plan, Qantas expects to take delivery of the first ULR in late 2026, provided again those delays don't happen. Even though delivery will be in late 2026, the airline cannot debut the aircraft on Project Sunrise flights until early 2027. This is due to crew training. When a new aircraft enters an airline's operations, it conducts crew familiarization flights. Typically, these occurring over a shorter distance than what the plane will eventually go on to fly on a daily basis, and it is for a period that allows employees to better understand the new aircraft that they will be working on. Arguably for Qantas, the crews need to familiarize themselves with the A350-1000 ULR will never be more important, as this plane will fly 20 hours or more across the international network to markets such as New York and London without a single stop. Qantas confirmed to Executive Traveller that the plane would debut initially on shorter international routes, notably to New Zealand and Auckland. The multi-hour international flight will enable the crew to experience just a bit of a taster of what ultra-long-haul connectivity will eventually look like. Therefore, once familiarization flights occur and more planes are delivered, the airline will expand its operation to include more frequent flights to more premium destinations. Certainly exciting and certainly on the cards for the future. The latest confirmation that Project Sunrise will be delayed until early 2027 once familiarization does occur does not represent the first time a delay has occurred. At the beginning of 2024, Qantas also confirmed that the launch of Project Sunrise would be pushed back until the middle of 2026. At the time, this represented a 6-month delay. Previously, believe it or not, Qantas actually was expected to begin operations with the A350-1000 ULR by the end of 2025, this year. However, no doubt the carrier knew this would not be possible due to manufacturing delays that caused the pushback. The A350 ULR hasn't ultimately been the only delay for the Australian flag carrier, with previously announced delays in the acquisition of the first A321 XLR also expected this year. While Airbus has not experienced necessarily the same fate as Boeing concerning production woes and therefore delays, this doesn't mean that some airlines have not experienced challenges in acquiring their next-gen types from the European plane maker. What is Project Sunrise? That's maybe the question for some of you that are new to the aviation industry. If you are, welcome. If not, feel free to tune off now. But Project Sunrise, it's essentially an initiative that was outlined by Qantas some time ago to try and establish non-stop flights between Australia's East Coast cities, alongside others now such as Perth, to vital international markets, particularly that of London and New York, without a single stop. Once airborne, the aim is to really shatter the boundaries that were previously dictated by Australia's geographical positioning. Being from Australia, having grown up here my entire life, I certainly understand the barriers that we face in getting to some of these international markets, whether it is through 2 flights, 3 flights, 4 flights, or 5 flights. Qantas wants to reduce this, and with the eventual delivery of further planes, South American and African cities are very much also being targeted. The hope is to regain market share across international locations that were not previously within reach or in a profitable scenario. Additionally, Qantas wants to better compete with established global airlines. We've seen many international airlines expand into Australia in the last few years, and now the airline has faced competition. As a result, it needs to develop, and the ULRs are certainly seen as the answer. Qantas says Project Sunrise will also help address passenger demand and an appetite for longer-ranged travel, which will eliminate stopovers. As a result, the service should offer customers a much quicker and a hassle-free journey to their destination to the other side of the world. A launch is expected now sometime in early 2027, but given how often the goalposts have moved, this could very much adjust again then, if there are any further updates, I'll be sure to let you know. I'm very excited to see this eventually launch. Will I be racing to jump aboard one of the services? Oh, absolutely not. I don't know whether I could sit for 21 hours in economy. I would much prefer the stopover, but certainly for an experience once, I would love to try it out. Let's see what happens between now and then, more information on the cabin, and eventually, of course, the plane entering production, which is very much necessary. Thanks for watching, take care, be safe, let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you tomorrow for your next industry recap.
And we'll fly.